Today is the start of the Euro 2024 qualifying campaign, and Scotland have, on paper historically, it should be a group they can qualify from. Georgia, Cyprus and Norway are the three that you'd think historically Scotland should really be beaten, and then Spain as well. But I think this group will be a lot tougher than maybe what it looks on paper. They got lucky drawing Cyprus first at home, so they'll be playing Cyprus today. Good chance for Scotland to get off to a winning start, and then Spain is on Tuesday, both at home, so 2 home games to start off. But if you look at the group and really look at the teams, Georgia obviously have the lad from Napoli, who I'm not even going to try to pronounce his name, and then obviously Norway have Haaland and Odegaard, just to name a couple of their incredible players that they have. They're having a real bit of a golden generation, if you like. And then Cyprus, I'm not too sure. I think Scotland should really be beating them. And then Spain, obviously, I don't think Spain are quite as strong as what they have been, certainly during my lifetime. Still obviously a great side, but I mean, the size of country that Scotland is compared to the others, the amount that people love football here, the size of the club teams that are here, in my opinion, Scotland should always have done better than what they have in tournaments and qualifying for tournaments and stuff. I don't think they've ever got past a group stage in a tournament ever, which is mad considering the amazing players they've had down the years. People like Dalglish, Hansen, Souness, Jinky Johnston, Billy McNeil, Dennis Law. I mean, there's probably loads of legends I've missed out there as well. But Scotland have produced some amazing players down the years. People love their football here. Can they qualify for Euro 2024? They got to Euro 2020, so fingers crossed they can do it. What would it mean for Scotland to win today?
I think it's important for a change to get off to a winning start in a qualifying campaign, because so often that hasn't been the case, and then you're kind of immediately fighting an uphill battle in the group. So I think it's a perfect opportunity to get off to a winning start.
Yep.
But you know, with Scotland you're never too sure, and the first game, as I say, can be tricky, and Cyprus are one of those nations that have improved quite a bit. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if Cyprus scored, put it that way, but I think Scotland will get the job done today, I hope so.
Well, I suppose on paper you couldn't have got a better first game, right? Home game against a team like Cyprus. I feel like they have to win today. Yeah,
I think you're right, because it does set, especially with Spain coming here next, it sets the tone for the group, I think, if you win the first game. And I don't even remember the last time Scotland actually did that in a qualifying campaign. It's been a while.
Let's hope today's the day.
Yeah, it would be not bad for starters. And then Spain, the sort of game as well where Scotland lift themselves to meet the needs playing against a country like that. So yeah, win will be important. But I remember the 2 games a few years back against Cyprus were pretty close. Andy Robertson scored an absolute screamer here.
Oh, I do remember that now. Yeah,
I think they're both 2-1 the games.
2-1, I think.
So you know, tight as well. But you look at the Scotland squad at the moment, and it has a good look about it. And I think, yeah, it's got to be a win for starters, hasn't it? Come on, Scotland.
Exactly. And then just last question for you then. We've spoke about Cyprus and Spain. Georgia and Norway have actually got some really good players as well. Obviously, Haaland and Odegaard have got to come here, and that's going to be it's actually a tougher group on paper than what I think people
think. One or two of them getting injured before they play Scotland. Haaland and Odegaard has been fantastic all season.
Yeah.
I think it's a really tough group. I saw, I think Andy was saying, Andy Robertson or maybe John McGinn, that it could be the toughest of all the groups.
Yeah.
And you're like, that's typical of Scotland to end up in that group, you know. But having said that, they do rise to challenges a lot of the time and give nations like Spain a game. It's a long time since they've probably beaten a nation like Spain, whereas a few years back they used to get those odd results against nations, and maybe they're due one of those now. But yeah, important to get off to a winning start, and having spent the best part of 25 years covering them, you know, they get you, don't they? They get inside you. Scotland and the fans and the players and the passion of it all.
Rory.
So how important is it for Scotland to win today?
We need to get a good start, because it's one of the easier games of the group, so we need to get off the ground running, because we've got Spain next, so we're quite tough.
And Norway and Georgia as well. They're actually 2 good teams. Georgia have got the lad from Napoli, Norway, Haaland, Odegaard, of course. It's actually a tougher group than what it seems, I feel like.
Yeah, we should hopefully beat Georgia. If we want to get through, we need to beat Georgia and Norway once, because I don't think we'll beat Spain. 6
points against Georgia and Cyprus, and then good results against Norway. You don't reckon you'll beat Spain? Anyway, lads, but today, Cyprus, score, what are you saying?
4-0.
Oh, mate, I like it. You're an Airdrie fan, but obviously it's Scotland action today.
It is.
What do you make, firstly, of Steve Clarke signing a new contract?
It's a bit an odd one, because Well, for what I know of Steve Clarke, because I've only seen him a few times, he was a good command-up boss. He's well attack-off. He's great. He's got great defence.
Do you think the fans are behind him, Scotland fans?
It's a 50-50. Some Scotland fans are happy with it. In my honest opinion, I'm happy with it. I think it's still a good management. I think he would be really good, and I still think he could get us back to the Euros.
Yeah, 'cause he qualified you for the last Euros, obviously, and it's Cyprus today. How important is it to get off to a good start?
It'd be great to get off to a flyer, especially against Cyprus, because they're a bit of a bogey team. For what I've seen over the last couple of months of them, it'd be really good just to get a point on the table and just push on for there.
Score prediction?
2-1 Scotland.
Cyprus today, you happy with the news of Steve Clarke signing a new contract?
Yeah.
You think he's done well here since he's been the manager of Scotland, yeah? And you think he can guide you to another Euros then?
Yeah, obviously.
Get off to a good start today. What's the score going to be?
3-0.
3-0?
2-0.
2-0?
1-0. 2-1. 3-0.
3-0?
3-0.
3-0?
5-0.
How big is today for Scotland then?
It's massive.
And what are your thoughts on the Steve Clarke new contract, obviously?
World class.
And what do you make of the group? Obviously, it's Cyprus today, but you've also got Norway, who are pretty decent.
Yeah,
Georgia,
they're hard. It's going to be hard.
What we need is for Haaland to be injured when we play him.
And so, score for today, what are we saying?
3-0.
3-1. Don't be as easy as 5-0, but
3-1.
Cameron, big day today, isn't it? Is it important for Scotland to get off to a winning start? And what's the score going to be?
3-0 for Scotland.
Father and son, yeah?
Yes.
And what are your names?
Andrew.
James.
And so do you come to a lot of the Scotland games together then?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
Is that some of the
places I've
some of
been?
the places
Yeah,
you've been
probably
watching
going back
Scotland?
to France '98. Yeah.
Oh, so you've been to France '98, you've been to Ireland, San Marino,
Yeah.
Sweden, Wales,
Liechtenstein's in there.
Liechtenstein, wow. Have you been to a few away trips as well with Scotland?
Not any yet, but maybe.
You'll have to get them down to one or two, yeah.
Yeah.
And so what are your thoughts going into today's game? It's obviously important for Scotland to start well, isn't it?
Yes, but you never know with Scotland. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I reckon that Scotland might draw today and then like beat Spain. That'd be the most Scottish thing in the world, I feel like, to do that. And score prediction, what are you saying?
3-1 Scotland.
3-1 and
2-0.
Right, mate, you've been on a few of the videos before. You're a Hearts fan. Yeah. Is it a bit of a nice respite today from club football to watch Scotland play?
Well, definitely from our recent performances, I'm looking forward to the break in watching Scotland.
And what do you make of the team selection? They're just announcing the team right now.
I'm annoyed with how defensive he's gone, but a team like Cyprus, you should be beating Cyprus, but we can only see how attacking he changes the formation.
And it seems like there's 5 at the back, but do you think that Hickey and Robertson will be like attacking wing backs?
Yeah, I think they'll bomb forward and try to get the balls into the strikers.
And so Steve Clarke, new contract, are you happy with that?
I mean, if you don't get Clarke, who else do you get? So from Scotland, we'll see how it goes. He's been given to the World Cup, so I'm fine with it.
He's done right down the years. He got you to the last Euros, and do you think you'll qualify for this Euros coming up in 2024?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Score today? What do you reckon?
3-0.
First of all, for Cyprus.
don't think I've ever sat in this position at Hampden before. I think I've been in the top tier for one of the women's games that was over there, so I didn't get a view of Celtic Park. Look, that is Celtic Park right there in the background. You can see the Adidas symbol in the seats as well. But yeah, amazing atmosphere in here. I love to see the Flower of Scotland get sung. Great national anthem, great atmosphere in here. Come on Scotland, let's start off with a win today. And it's great to be back inside the Hampden. Like I just showed you, the view of Celtic Park and good bit of atmosphere, really good to see everyone in Scotland coming together, because it can be so polarising obviously with some of the big teams here. But good to see everyone come together to support Scotland today. But obviously the first game I was ever here for was Euro 2020, played in 2021, Sweden v Ukraine, and now we're here for the qualifiers for Euro 2024. How quickly do those things come around? Oh no, VAR are checking John McGinn's goal. I was just about to say, John McGinn always plays so well for Scotland, but it's gone, could be getting ruled out. I'll have to check. It's been given 1-0 Scotland. Dougie, it's currently half time. We've been chatting throughout the game. What have been your initial thoughts on how things panned out in the first half?
Well, we're 1 goal up, which is good. I've got a feeling that Clark's tactics are a little bit. He's a bit nervous about losing these first games, so I'm hoping we get an early goal. The second half we start to relax a bit and maybe see a bit better football, but it's a bit flat at the moment.
Would you make an attacking change to maybe just like try and give even just the fans a bit of a lift? It's been a bit of a flat game in general, hasn't it?
It has been. I'd like to see a bit more balls through to the forwards, to be honest, and a bit more chances. I don't think making a change up front is going to really make that difference. I think we need to get the ball through to them.
And who's been your best player of the game so far?
Hickey, definitely Hickey on the wing. Looks a very good player, and he's certainly created chances today. So yeah.
So not a huge amount has happened in this game. It's been quite a flat atmosphere so far. A lot of overhit crosses like that. I don't know how much of actual match footage I'd have been able to show you, but 70 minutes here, and it's been a little bit flat, but at least Scotland are currently winning and Cyprus don't look like scoring. So we've got about 10 minutes to go here, and the longer this game goes on, it actually does feel like, you know, Scotland have got to go for it a little bit more. Cyprus are on the attack now, and they've had a shot. Although Cyprus haven't really looked like scoring all game, when it's 1-0 and Scotland are getting deeper and deeper, they're playing against Cyprus. I feel like they should have had 1 or 2 more attacking players on the pitch. There's been times where Dykes or Christie or whoever's been up there on their own look very isolated. Currently 1-0, 10 minutes to go. Who's your favourite Scotland player then?
Dykes.
Dykes, yeah, and it's 1-0 just now. How do you think Scotland have played so far?
Good.
Who's your favourite Scotland player?
McGinn.
McGinn. And who do you support? Hibs and?
Hearts.
This little lad's a genius. He just came up and said it's going to be 2-0, and instantaneously Scotland basically scored straight away. Scott McTominay, finally Scotland feel like they've put this one to bed now. It took a while, but they've done it. Right, it's 3-0 Scotland now. Scott McTominay's bagged a brace. That doesn't happen often. Cyprus have just had a player sent off. Don't really know what for, but the ref's not been brilliant today, to be honest. But yeah, Cyprus are down to 10 men. There's got to be like a minute left, if that. Quite a lot of people already left. But yeah, look, Scotland with a big 3-0 win. Just back from the game and I'm about to start editing the video. You won't find a non-Scottish person who wants Scotland to do as well as I do. Honestly, you know how much I love Scottish football, and that even goes as far as the national team as well. I've said it often enough that I think fans of other countries within the UK and the British Isles never want England to do well, but a lot of England fans, especially myself included, would love to see the home nations do well and qualify for tournaments. In my opinion, Scotland should be like one of the top 10 nations in the world, always qualifying for stuff. It's big enough footballing wise for that to be the case. But yeah, on to the game anyway. 3-0. It actually felt more like a 0-0 than a 3-0, quite honestly. There was large parts of the game that were actually quite boring, but fair play to people like Hanley, Hickey I thought had a good game, and a few of the guys in midfield. John McGinn has the most appearances, most assists and most goals since Steve Clarke has been manager of Scotland. What an absolute legend he's become. And I think he's only 3 goals behind Ali McCoist as well. I'm getting all these stats from Clyde One Super Scoreboard from the drive home. Thank you very much, lads, for that. But no, really good game I thought. Really delighted that Scotland got off to a winning start. I think it would have been very Scottish to have like stumbled tonight and then got a really good result against Spain. So I'm glad that they started off well by the sounds of things. They very rarely start campaigns well for qualifying. So really happy to see that Scotland have got off to a flying start, 3-0, good bit of goal difference as well. The pivotal games will be against Georgia and Norway, I think. They've got to go beat Cyprus away. But Spain coming up, if they can get anything from that, it'll be insane. But yeah, please do remember to hit that like button. A huge thank you to everyone who came on the video. Got a great welcome at Hampden Park. And Ian Croker as well, bumped into him again and got him back on the video. So 2 Englishmen there with me and him who absolutely love Scottish football. So yeah, thank you so much for all the support. I'll leave some videos on screen. Please do click on one to carry on watching. Thank you very much and goodbye.